The battle of Toru and Josuke continues, with Josuke being able to use a new soap bubble ability he had just acquired in the last chapter. This ability was even said by Rai to be able to overcome a curse, more specifically the curses that have to do with the Higashikata family and Holly as well. So this basically will be my first JoJolion chapter review video, and I'm hoping to do more in the future. I'm also trying to get some JoJo fans on the channel while still continuing to do some more Attack on Titan videos as well. I'll be sure to do some JoJo videos in the future as well if you guys would like that. So right before we get into the discussion, subscribe if you haven't, hit the like button and turn on bell notifications. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now the first things I'm going to talk about will be, of course, what's going on at the start of chapter 105. We are given a Josefumi and Kira flashback, which we haven't been given in a while. Also, right before these flashback panels, we are given the text that say everything began on that day, with that equivalent exchange, reminding us once again of Josuke's origin and his connections to Yoshikage Kira and Josefumi Kujo. Now in these next panels, we see Josefumi telling an unconscious Kira to save Holly and break the curse, reminding us as well that in this current battle that is going on, it is Josuke's goal to break this curse that has been put on Holly, and also he could possibly break the one that was put on the Higashikata family, saving Tsurugi as well. We cut back to the current battle with Wonder of You and Josuke continuing to operate with an ability that even he could not see. According to Rai, Josuke's soap bubbles are even fused with Kira's Killer Queen's explosive ability while being able to use the spin as well. Josuke is currently trying to use everything that he has at this point to try and beat this overpowered ability that is Wonder of You. Another crazy thing that Josuke's new and improved soap bubble ability can do is that he's able to transcend through literal calamities as they don't even exist in that world. When Josuke even shoots the soap bubbles at Wonder of You but fails to hit it, the soap bubbles continue to spin, just like the spin from part 7, Steel Ball Run. The way Josuke even aims when he shoots it is just like the way Johnny did back in Steel Ball Run, and I love it. It just reminds me of Johnny's nail bullets, which gives me an idea that the reason Josuke is able to use the spin comes down to him being connected to the actual Johnny Joestar. You know how Josuke basically has Kira within him? Kira is a descendant of Johnny Joestar, so that could mean that the idea of Josuke using the spin due to his genes could actually be true. One thing that I liked about this chapter as well is when it had shown Josuke had a dark determination moment, much like when Johnny had it. It's a nice callback to Steel Ball Run, but the whole spin ability coming back is a much better one. So in this chapter, a new rock insect is introduced with yet again a weird name, Obladi Oblada. I swear, Toru keeps putting weird and bizarre names on his rock animals and insects. But this rock insect is also a very annoying opponent for Josuke to overcome. It's able to latch onto him like leeches and multiply on him from there. I think it also sucks his blood like leeches as well. These Obladi Oblada are able to slow Josuke down as well, which makes it really annoying for him as he's trying to go for his real opponent, Wonder of You. The next scenes after this are Yasuho getting ready to meet the plane door that is heading right towards her. Her Paisley Park is still at the place where Josuke is battling, so she currently has no defense at the moment, which could mean a lot of trouble for her. Luckily, Joshu is there to save the day, and he still has his deformed right arm as well. But to be honest, we all know Joshu could not possibly be able to protect her anyway. But thankfully, we cut back to Josuke once again and we see Wonder of You trying to get away now, using the rock insect to slow Josuke down from getting near him. As Josuke is gripped on from the whole of his body due to the rock insect, blood gushes out of him as he has one more shot left to shoot at Wonder of You just before he collapses. Wonder of You just stands there as Josuke prepares to aim his next shot, and this gives us a great spread that focuses on Josuke and Wonder of You. I really love this manga spread. It gives a feeling that I usually get when I see great manga spreads similar to this one. Shortly after this, Josuke shoots his final shot, but sadly the rock insect is able to shift him off course, making Josuke miss his target. The invisible bubble goes flying to the side of one of you, missing him. Josuke collapses onto the ground while Paisley Park goes right back to Yasuho, as where she is, the plane door is getting much closer than before. Surprisingly, after this we see a soap bubble come from Yasuho's phone and heads right at Toru's face. An explanation I can say for this, or guess, is that when Josuke had collapsed, he collapsed right next to the phone and the left side of himself was facing that phone. And the left side of himself is where his Joestar birthmark is, which is where the soap bubbles usually come from. So from this, the soap bubbles are able to transcend through logic itself, like Rai had said earlier in this chapter, and pass through that phone that had fallen and come from the phone that Yasuho has, which gives the bubbles the target of Toru. That's one explanation I can give for the bubbles to reach Toru from Yasuho's phone. Another explanation could just be that the missed shot that Josuke had done earlier transcended through space, as they don't exist in that world, and go through Yasuho's phone from there. I like the first explanation better, to be honest, but I can go either way, I guess. So right now I'm going to go through some predictions that could be made for the next chapters or even the ending of JoJolion, as we're close to the ending of this part as well. The first one would be that Josuke could actually be successful to hit Toru and somehow stop the plane door from hitting anyone. If Josuke is able to hit Toru, then I'm sure the plane door will stop aiming at Yasuho, as that is the calamity made by Toru's ability. For what could happen after this, I don't really know, if I have to be honest, because I don't see Toru being finished off right there if the bubble does hit him. Maybe Yasuho could retrieve the plant from him after that, and we could maybe end up seeing Jobin come back at this point. I still don't believe Jobin is dead, and I don't want to believe it as well. Someone as important as Jobin can't possibly die when that incident had happened. If he did really die, then it could have been just the reason to show what kind of strength Toru has and how he pretty much is overpowered. The other characters such as Rai and Kei are probably going to be alright, since we've been seeing Rai dialogue over the current incidents that have been happening, so we know he's still breathing. And with Kei, I'm sure that she didn't just die in the last few chapters. In some later chapters, we also need to know what Kaito has been up to, as I'm pretty sure she will be an important character, and a lot of the fanbase has said that as well. So I'm pretty much going to end it off there. Hopefully you did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to comment down below some JoJo video ideas if you guys like that sort of stuff. I'll also be continuing to do chapter reviews every month, but sadly the manga is on a hiatus next month, so the next chapter will be in April. So we'll have to wait for some time to see what happens next. So like always, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button, and turn on bell notifications. It's been Endless Requiem, peace.